Welcome to Holly Hobbies. Today we will be making these Valentine gnome macrame ornaments. They are super easy to make and so much fun. They could be made in many different colors to reflect the different seasons of the year. All you have to do is change the hat accent and color. So let's get ready to have some fun and make a Valentine gnome ornament. Today I will be using the following supplies. We will be using some 4mm craft cotton cord. I also have a thin cotton cord of your choice. This will be for the ornament hook. And some regular yarn. I'm using the thinner yarn. You can also use a thicker yarn if you'd like as well. We have a wood macrame ring and a 1-inch wood ball, and this one has no holes, a plastic sewing or embroidery needle. We have scissors, hot glue gun, paper towel roll, and I have a macrame comb. You can also use a macrame brush, or you can even get a pet brush to use as well. So let's get started. We're going to start with the beard. And I like to cut them into 11.5 strips, and we will need 6 strips for each of the beards for each gnome. So we're going to do 11.5, and we're going to cut 6. Now we're going to take our wood ring, and we're going to put these on there. We're going to fold them in half in even sections, and you're going to take the folded half. I like to start with going under. We're going to go under the ring, and we're going to take the 2 open ends and we're going to bring them through. And then you're going to pull that tight, and we can adjust it when we're all done. And same thing, and we're going to get all of those on the ring here. So super simple, just a basic. And we're going to get those on there, go all the way around. Like I said, we will tighten it in just a little bit. All right, so on there, and I'm going to flip it around, and then you can see you got the nice finished edges. I just like to kind of take everything and give it a good tug. All right, go through each of those and get them all in the middle there. All right, so now we have those. Now we're going to take our macrame comb, and we'll be combing these out. And I like to take them 2 sections at a time. And starting from the bottom edge, I'll take my macrame comb, and we just start combing little sections at a time. We're going to work our way up. You can use a macrame brush. You can use a pet brush, a wire brush, anything that works for you. I like to use my macrame comb. I've always used it. It's just, I don't know, it's very therapeutic. And I love, it's one of my favorite parts is combing these out. So you just take them little sections at a time. If you try to go too big of a section, it's going to get all tangled and it's going to take a while. So sometimes I'll kind of roll it a little bit if it's giving me some trouble combing out. Sometimes it'll just comb right out. So just give it a little time, and just take a couple sections at a time and pull those over there. We have 2 more, working from the bottom. Working my way up. I love combing these out. It just, so much fun. If I'm doing a whole bunch, I'll sit by the TV and put them on my leg and just start combing them, multitasking while I'm watching TV show or whatever. But I really, really love this part. So we're getting close to finishing up the rest of the beard here. And we're working on the last two now. So we're starting at the bottom, working our way up. The last two, we're going to put all those together, and I'm just going to give it a final comb. Try to get up as high as you can, and flip it over, comb the back side. So we have the beard. It's complete for now. I'm going to put that off to the side, and we're going to work on the hat. And we're going to work on the hat. So we're going to take our paper towel roll. I like to cut them in about a little bit larger than what the brim of the hat is going to be. It's up to you, but anywhere from 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch or so. And I'll go a little bit bigger, and then that way I can trim off the rough edges and give it a nice smooth finish look here. And then you just cut it down to the way you like. And I'll get the rough edges off this side as well. The way around to get it just the way we want. And then we're going to go ahead and grab some yarn of your choice. I'm working on a Valentine gnome today, so I'll be using this different colored yarn. It's a thinner yarn. You can use thicker yarn if you like. So I usually like to cut these anywhere from 12 to 13 inches. So I do find that I like to get whatever works for you, but I use this cutting board, and I'll just kind of wrap them around here. And you need quite a bit to make a hat, and I'll just keep going. And then I find that these give me about the length that I'm looking for, so whatever works for you. So we're gonna just cut up. Get a few cut up here, and we're going to start working on our hat. So, all right. So I find that works so much faster. And then I'll just cut these in half, and then we have all of our strips ready to go for the hat. And we're going to start making the hat. So we have our tube cut down the way we like it, and this is a thinner yarn, so I will be using 2 strips at a time, and we will be same type of thing as the macrame ring, but we will be folding it in half, and we're going to take in the open ends and we're going to bring them through. So just like that. And we're going to give it a good tug at the end there, and we're going to work our way around this roll here. And here we go. And if you want to use the thicker, chunkier yarn, that's going to work just as fine too. In that case, I usually just will grab the one strand and do the same thing that we're doing here. So we're going to make our way through her around and grabbing 2 at a time. I really like this colorful yarn. It's very spring, Valentine-ish, and I have some cute heart accents that look really good on it, so we're gonna put those on the hat at the end. And getting there 2 at a time. We're gonna make our way around. Sometimes we'll get a little uneven, so I'll just take it out, straighten it up again, and we're just kind of giving it a good tug and pushing it down together, because you don't want any of the cardboard to come peeking through the hat. So you want to make it nice, thick. And you can play with so many different color combinations. You can mix your yarns together, whatever you want to do. You can be super creative and fun. You can make them for all the different seasons. In the winter time, you can put your little snowflake accents. You can do your sporting teams, whatever. The sky is the limit. So we're going to keep going around and going to keep going around. We're almost at the end here. Couple more strands ought to do it. We're getting close. Keep this going. That one has a little knot in it. Let's exchange that. I would say probably this, and one more will be my last one. We'll do one more, cover up right there. Last one here. Okay, here we go. And there's the last one. Okay, so we went all the way around the cardboard with our yarn, and I like to just get all the knots pulled down and everything nice and looking good. All right, so I like to grab, I mean, you could do it both ways. You can either just tie it here and maybe do a little stuffing here, but I like to twist it and bring it through the middle here. And that way it gives it the brim, more of a hat brim there. And you get all these pulled. I like to get it pulled nice and tight. And as you can see, our hat is finally starting to take place. You'll see a lot of these little guys come out at the end. Just kind of give them a good tuck. Go away. You're not going to see them, but just tuck them in as much as you can. And I forgot I was running out of little silicone rubber bands. So we're going to use another yarn strand and we're going to tie the top of it. Usually I'll just get the little silicone rubber bands from the 99-cent store and just wrap it 3 times around the top here. But we'll do a tie it at the top here. So we're going to do a little loop here, and we'll go like this, and we'll just we're going to wrap it around the top here. And put it through this little hole here. And that should tighten it pretty good. Okay, so now we got our pom-pom at the top here. Okay, so as you can see, your hat is starting to take its shape here, and now we're going to cut the pom-pom. So we're just going to cut the top off here, and I'm just going to kind of trim around the edges. The first ones, kind of form your pom-pom the way you want to shape it. I like to go a little bit shorter on these. Our pom-pom is taking shape. All right, so now we've made our little hat. Just trim this little piece right here again. All right, so we have our little pom-pom, we have our hat, now we have our beard, and as you can see, the hat is going to be going on this. So what we're going to be doing next is gluing the hat on here, and we will need our macrame bead as well. I'm just going to put it right there in the scissors. So we're going to take our glue gun, and I'm going to put 2 pieces of glue or little spots of glue right here, and we're going to do it inside the hat, and then we're going to put the hat on to the beard. So we're going to take our glue gun, put a little dab here, a little dab there, and we're going to go on the inside. And then I like to stick the hat on. I want to try to get the hat pushed down because you don't want any of the wood to show on the beard. Now we're just going to let that settle for a second because we're going to all push it down at the same time after we get the nose in. So I'm going to put 2 little dabs of glue, 1 on each side there. I'm going to grab it in the middle so I don't touch that, and just going to kind of slip it up in the hat and right there inside the macrame. And then now is when I just kind of, I'll push it and hold it together. Okay. And we're going to just kind of go like that. We're going to let that dry for a second. And comb out the beard. Now, there was one thing that we need to do, and usually I do it before I put the beard on, but a lot of times I forget. So, but that's okay. It could be done either way. So this one, I like to take my string and I like to cut about 15 inches. And I'll put it on my plastic embroidery needle. And in this case, we're just gonna kind of go up the side of the face, up through the top of the hat. And we're gonna come back down through and back down the side of the face. And I'm gonna watch this loop right here, gonna bring this through. There we go. And we're gonna make a knot at the end here. Okay. I like to do 2 knots just to make sure it's nice and secure. I usually do. Having a hard time. Let's see. Come on. Let me get these even. A little more even. I try to do the roll knot, the first one, and then I'll do 2 just for extra reinforcement. So it's usually a lot easier to do before you put the face on, and then I just bring it through. All right, so now we have our ornament. Okay, so now what I'd like to do is you could take anything of your choice, any little accents. I want to use these little guys up, I think. I think that's a little too big. Let's try using one of these. Let's see what that looks like on there. I think I'll use this one. Okay, so we're just going to do a little accent on the hat. Yeah, I'll put my little heart there. And there you have it. There is our macrame gnome ornament. So now what we can do is trim the beard however you like it. If you want, you could take some hairspray or some fabric stiffener and you could spray the beards before you trim them for good. It's up to you, however you want to do it. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shape the beard however you see fit to do it. There's no right or wrong way. And just give them a little trim. There you have it. There is our macrame gnome ornament that you can do at home by yourself.